Going to the doctor with your kids comes with a list of vaccines they'll need to be protected from preventable diseases. It covers everything from measles to chickenpox. That is, unless they can get an exemption. A new report from the CDC says more children are being exempted from typical vaccines. Our sister station in Colorado breaks down the new report.
We know that vaccines work really well to prevent outbreaks from happening. And so, yeah, when we see a dip, we do get worried.
If your child is behind on their recommended vaccinations, they're not alone. New data from the CDC found 3% of kids across the country going into kindergarten last year were granted a vaccine exemption, the highest rate yet. That report says the number of kids being opted out from shots is rising in Colorado, too. Dr. Sanha Aliri at Denver Health says she doesn't believe parents are more vaccine hesitant than last year. Instead,
I feel like there is definitely a lower rate of vaccination that occurred because of the pandemic. And we just haven't been able to get on top of that.
But Dr. O'Leary says anytime the number of children immunized for preventable diseases drops, it's concerning.
For example, the measles is one of the most contagious diseases known to humans. And you need to maintain like 95% vaccination rates. Otherwise, you start to see outbreaks like in 2019 when we saw them across the country.
O'Leary says if these numbers don't pick up, it leaves an opening for these diseases to spread.
Which I think now, with the rates being lower and with our public health colleagues being stretched thin since the pandemic, it does make you a little worried about what might happen.
With those exemption numbers so high, O'Leary says they'll need to keep a close eye on immunization rates to try and prevent any outbreaks. But she's hopeful that parents catching kids up on doctor's visits will catch them up on these needed shots, too.
I do think that most of them trust their pediatric providers and want to do the best thing for their children. So I'm very hopeful that we can get that percentage up in the next couple of years.
Dr. O'Leary says these recommended vaccinations are safe and effective. And she says if you think your kiddo may have missed a dose, call your pediatrician's office or check in with your child's school, and they can help tell you if they're on track with their shots.